Are going to go to our guest now. We have actor and comedian Barry Brewer.
In the building. Let's give it up.
Woo!
Maybe I should do it this way.
Wait a minute.
There you go.
You got some sunshine and all that. Where you at? You cheating?
I am in a gym. My son was at a workout and it went over later than it should. So I am sitting in one of the. It is some nice light in here though.
It is.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shucks, he got the. Hey, so that's what's up, man. Thanks for coming on Spotlight Over the City. First of all, we glad
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you.
me.
And second of all, you got some accolades, man, to talk about.
Yes, you got a lot of stuff. You've been working a long time coming up from Chicago. And we just
Southside.
Yeah, we just wanted an
All day.
opportunity for you to, share with our viewers and listeners about, your journey. And tell us a little bit about your journey starting out as a stand-up comedian in Chicago. And how did that turn into you starring on one of our favorite comedy TV series, Bruh?
Yeah, how did that happen?
First of all, thank y'all so much for having me on. I appreciate that. Yeah, starting out in Chicago, man, finding out I had a gift in stand-up. I was a big fan of Martin. So since then, I thought that acting, television, and film came along with stand-up comedy. So from starting from the humble beginnings in Chicago, moving to Los Angeles to chase my dream, I've just been hacking away 20 years in and auditioning, perfecting my craft on stage, auditioning, doing terrible early on, learning the ropes of, of auditioning, finding my own voice, finding out who I am as an actor and as a stand-up, and becoming more confident in my own abilities. And then being provided the opportunity to audition for the show Bruh. And booking it. Went through the 3 levels of auditions, and I booked it.
Wow.
That's what's up. So before we get into it, I had one real serious question that I wanted to ask because I have a few partners in the shop, and I know that that's been a gang related city forever. It's been gang rifted. So how did you come to duck that situation and then get into comedy as opposed to get into that lane?
Man, that's a great question. I think it had a lot to do with my outlet of church. On the weekends, I had grandparents that would take me to church and take me from my mom's house on Friday night after school and keep me all the way to Sunday evening. And it was a lot of young people at my church. And so basketball was a big thing for me when I was growing up. And a lot of young people at my church played basketball and we were into music. So I got to play the drums growing up, and tinkling on the keyboard and the organ. And so I was really attracted to the young people and what they were doing at my church. And so because of that influence, it made me not look at what was happening around my neighborhood and want to do that because I was really happy with what was going on at the church. So I'm grateful for that outlet, and it definitely just gave me something to aspire to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The young people that was at my church and all the fun things they did, and I wanted to be like them and hang around them. So it kept me away from the gangs and the things I could have found myself in.
That's a big deal. So that could have definitely saved your life and put you on a different path for sure.
That is true.
Yes, sir.
So
Definitely.
you're still doing stand-up comedy in addition to starring on Bruh. Is that correct? How's
That
that
is
work? How do you balance?
That's very correct. I have a stand-up special out on Amazon Prime. My hour special called Chicago I'm Home. If y'all haven't seen it, please check it out. It's family friendly. But yeah, balancing stand-up and film and television is fun. It was my dream. I just came from the road doing a tour this past 3 months. Barry Brewer Live. I just came this weekend from Memphis. I got to go to New Jersey next week. But it's fun. And balancing it is really fun because, especially working with Mr. Tyler Perry, you shoot very quick. Unlike other shows, you shoot for about 5 months. So you kind of stuck for that first, one half of the year. But with him, we shoot for about a month. And if I'm not working on any other shows, I can, do whatever I need to do to stay busy on that other time that's mine. So that's a blessing in working with him as well.
That's
So
pretty
I,
cool.
manage it that way.
So speaking of blessings, of course, it's a blessing to work with Mr. Perry. Of course, one of the best to do it. But what would one of your things be, like a secret something that you would say a lot of people would notice about Mr. Tyler Perry? What would you say that is that shocked you? Like, I didn't know that about him. I wouldn't have thought that about him.
Secret.
That's a good
I don't know
question.
if it's
Not even
fun
secret,
fact.
but just
And
a
I don't know
fun
if I-
fact, like a fun fact that you found out that you wouldn't have
fun
thought.
fact, right? Because I don't really know. Can we say the N word on here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say what you want to say. You spotlight, baby. Rock out. Shit, you ain't got to do nothing but go.
I won't say that. I'll just say that he's a real one.
Okay.
And I don't know
love
if that's so much of a secret, but he's a real one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a moment. There was a moment in the bubble. We had to all stay in the bubble where we all lived on Tyler Perry Studios, including Mr. Perry.
Okay.
And if something happened, and he just had to let him know. And me being from the South Side of Chicago, you know, I was just like, "You're a real one." It wasn't about billionaire status. It wasn't about ownership and who he was. He was real. And I appreciated that and I admired that. And it just inspired me even more. So this just is real one. You think that people lose their way when they become billionaires. Like he owns everything. That's there, right? I mean, it's amazing to see what he's doing and to still be relatable, to still be within arm's reach, and you can still talk to him and bump him and have a very human experience, and it's not weird. Is very it's just a blessing, and really gives me inspiration and example of how to be as God continues to promote me and takes me higher in my career.
I love it.
That's
So,
a big deal. I know that got to be a blessing because I'm always shouting him out. I'm always saying how proud I am and to see where he comes from and the tenacity and the hard work he put in. So to be able to get that experience, to be around
He's a
him,
worker.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah,
when I
man.
tell you that, and that's not a secret, but when I tell you his work ethic is second to none, like he doesn't stop. I remember one day I was tired from set. He's like, "You tired?" I was like, "Yes." Like, "Aren't you?" He's like, "Boy, you got it easy. Y'all only do 8-9 hours. I'm used to doing 14 plus." I was like,
Wow.
"Well, okay."
A workhorse. So he got this machine. He done built this machine, right? He got this machine.
He is a machine.
Yeah. So what's it like working with Chandra Curley? She was on our show several months ago, so she's already one of our Spotlight family members. We adore her.
Chandra Corelli is an amazing human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, she's worked with Mr. Perry forever, since way before he was who he is today.
Right.
So, like when I tell you, I just, she's a real mother. Like I feel like she's my mom. She's so cool.
Yeah.
She's so real. I pull on her a lot for information, and she's given me so much confidence the first season. You know, this was my first lead, and she was just like, "We following you." And for her to say that to me, and this be my first, I'm like, "You know how it works. You've been working with him. This is new." And he told me, and they gave me the green light to just lead the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in some scenes, I just be going. And
Lead the
they
way.
be following me.
Lead the way.
Well, that take confidence too, though, bro. That means you know your craft and you're confident in what you're doing, so it shows up. And for them to believe in you enough to say go, then you must be showing that you can go.
Oh,
Yes,
man,
and I love your
yes.
character, John, by the way. I love the character,
Thank you.
John. It's hilariously funny. And before we let you go, what is next for you? What's next for Barry? What can we all look forward to in 2022?
Oh man, look for more television, definitely more film, and another stand-up special. And I'm just no stopping soon. So it's just a lot more to come. So film, television, music, a whole bunch.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
We can't wait.
So you triple threaten. I see you. You triple threaten. I dig it.
We can't
Yes,
wait.
sir.
We can't wait. Just want
Thank
you to
you
know
all.
we consider you a part of our Spotlight family. We're based here in the DMV. If you're ever in this area in the Washington,
I was just there.
what?
Oh man, you should have pulled up on us.
Last Thursday, I performed at the Draft House.
Are you
Oh
serious?
man, you definitely should have.
In
Oh man.
Arlington Draft House. Yeah.
Well, listen, we just now that you know we have a connect. with each other.
Yeah,
When
next
you're
time
back
you're
in
in
this
the area, you
area,
gotta
we'd
pull up
love to
on
have
us.
you in this studio. We
Yeah,
really
we got
would.
a nice studio too. So I
We
want to
can
That's
even
a
do a
deal.
thing here.
But wait, before you go, I gotta say this, and I'm gonna get. I know, don't. You got 1 hour. You get ready to go get a big bag. You got one artist. You can't change the song. I mean, you can't change the artist once you put them in. What's your artist? 1 hour, a 1 hour ride.
Brandy.
Road trip.
Brandy.
Who?
Brandy, Full Moon.
Brandy Full Moon.
Hey,
Yes. I
that
love
shocked me.
I
didn't
love
think,
that.
I ain't see that coming, but
I
okay.
love that.
I ain't see that from Southside Chicago.
Yes. Yeah, I see he.
Yeah, I'm an R&B head.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
did. He
That's
worked.
It was gonna
He's
be the
worked with
her or
Brandy.
Tank, but yeah, I'm from the rough side, but we still like smooth music.
There it is.
I know that's
respect,
right.
Respect.
Because don't get it twisted. He is also an accomplished musician, songwriter, and music producer, and he has worked with
Yeah.
Brandy, Ray J, Tank.
Yeah,
Yes.
give it all the way up. He done work with the home team, Tank, too. Yeah. Hey, so we
right.
want to make sure we always give everybody their flowers, man. We want to make sure we didn't leave nothing out because you working real hard, so we respect that. And we want to make sure we protect the brand. So
How can
we
people
gotta
follow you?
Yeah, we got to get out of here, but how can they follow you?
Man, Barry Brewer Jr. on everything. Barry with an A. Barry Brewer, Brewer Jr. Jr. on every platform. And my website is IamBarryBrewer.com
Gotcha.
for any other
Gotcha.
information. IamBarryBrewer.com. Thank you all again for having me on. I really, truly appreciate it.
Thank
Hey,
you
man,
so
thank
much.
you. Let's give it up for
Yes.
Barry Brewer in the building. Outside Chicago,
All right,
man.
coming up next, we've got Troy Green, CEO of Axon.
Watch Company, man. Mind your
Yes.
time. Let's get into it.